You heard of me? What have you heard?
I heard you're the devil.
I might be.
Ah, come on, fool.
Good, eh? And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerds New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka Dad Bod, with my co-hosts.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Mr. Sawed Off Leatherface.
There you go. Okay, so you might have had some technical difficulties from us like a second ago. Never mind that. That never happened. This is the real show. So we're going to go on from there. So yeah, Eli, we're just going to jump into the bad boy because we got a ton of show going on right now. So you saw something.
I saw something. I see a lot of things.
you do two things. You drink and you know things.
Yeah. Yeah. What is this? What is it? What did I see now? You tell me.
No, I don't want to spoil it. You saw the thing.
Is this the Mike Tyson?
Yeah, the Mike Tyson thing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I saw.
I wanted you to have the floor. I didn't want to steal your thunder.
It's Shark Week, Dad. It's Shark Week.
Okay, run that by me. Talk to me like I'm 5 and I don't know what Shark Week is.
Well, in the ocean, there's these big fish with big teeth.
Not that dumb. Not that dumb. I know I'm from Mississippi, but you don't have to treat me like that.
Okay, well, Shark Week, it's on the Discovery Channel. It's been going on for 20 years now. It's been going on a long time. Where they just dedicate a whole block of shows for 1 week dedicated to sharks and shark research, and it's been growing popular over the years. Like I said, this has got to be in its second decade by now. And it educates everybody on sharks, raises awareness on how they're endangered, and also just gets rid of the stigma of sharks, because sharks are very feared creatures, and
rightfully so, right?
Yeah, thanks to movies, yes. But when you learn about them, you'll find out that they're actually they're not very aggressive. A lot of them aren't very aggressive and very scared and timid and don't like humans and try not to eat humans. It's just humans just get in the way. It's all our fault, basically.
So it's understandable. You see it from their eyes,
Yeah. So this week this is the first night of Shark Week 2020, and where and like I said, it's been gaining popularity over the years. Celebrities have been coming out over the years doing specials on Shark Week. And this week we had Mike Tyson versus Jaws, I think it was called, or versus a shark or something.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what we're here for. Okay. So what Roy Jones did to fight a shark. Okay.
Yeah. So, and he didn't really fight a shark. He just went on a shark research, experiment or whatever. He doesn't like to swim. He's not an ocean guy, but he took a crash course in diving, going in a shark cage, and then ultimately swimming outside of a cage with a bunch of sharks surrounding him, where he had to assist putting on a camera on a fin, like a GoPro camera on a shark's fin, so they can research these sharks. So that was the show, is mainly about him confronting his fear of the water, his fear of of swimming, of just the whole experience. He doesn't swim. He's not he never scuba dived before. So that was a big learning. Everything was all learning, just scuba diving was a challenge, learning how to breathe that way. Like he was, it was giving him a work. It was a whole other level of cardio he was not used to. So just watching the special was just watching him learning how to dive, learning how to, learning about sharks, and then being around sharks. So he didn't really beat up, he did hit one that came in too close. He swatted
Nice.
it
That's
away.
what we want to see. Right hook, Dempsey roll.
Yeah.
I bet you that one shot was saved for the trailer.
It was
Like
funny.
Tyson punching
It was
shark.
funny. It was like at the beginning of the show, they're like, yeah, Mike Tyson. He's not really his fists are his fists are one thing, but he does have experiencing in biting, and it showed the Holyfield.
No, they didn't do it. You know what? He's raking off so much money off that he didn't even care.
But it was funny watching him like interact with all the scientists and the scuba guys. The guy that was showing him the ropes was like a shark expert. He was also a shark survivor, like attack survivor. He got his arm and leg bitten off. So this was the guy that was teaching Mike Tyson about sharks. And Mike Tyson was funny. He's breaking everybody's balls. He's like, so you're gonna teach me about sharks? Well, looking at you, my chances ain't that good. He's like, yeah,
learn what not to do.
If a shark bites me, I'm fucking all you up. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
I mean, Mike Tyson's an entertainer, so it's good.
Yeah. And then I think Shaq is going to be on this week. Will Smith is going to be on a shark special.
Pretty sure this was all pre-recorded before,
Yeah. So it was cool. Shark Week.
Nice, cool. Okay, so moving on to that, something that's going to make me feel sad, even though I know you're not going to give a shit, Eli, and pretty much no other viewer is going to give a shit either. But I want to talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, before everybody cuts off, there's actually
that show just makes me sad. I don't know.
I kind of figured that was.
Its existence just makes me sad.
Oh man! So basically, what's going on with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now is that Marvel is actually auctioning off all of the product, all the costumes, all the props, all the things like that. So if anybody had a notion of thinking that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was going to move over to Disney Plus or move over to those show and have a spinoff show, that's not happening. Once they auction off all the shit, that's it. It's done. That's what they did with Swamp Thing. That's what they did with all the Netflix shows, stuff like that. They just auctioned off this stuff, sold that stuff, destroyed the sets. That's it. So once the show is done, that's it. Eli, I'm not going to go into great detail about it right now, but like I said, this is the series finale of season Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming up this week. So I'm not going to get into it now.
Oh, it
but
didn't
next
happen?
week,
that's what I thought this was about. So you're going to talk about this next week too?
Right. That's why I'm warning you now. I'm warning you and all the listeners right now.
Just tell me
next week.
What's her face? Simmons. Is she still on there?
Yes, Simmons still on there.
Okay.
Yeah, she's still on there. Big part in it. It's part of the whole things like that. So, like I said, all those questions.
I did dig on her, man. I thought, yeah.
Hey, you know what? I love Simmons. I'm gonna tell you why I love Simmons. Even though they got all these women on the show and stuff like that, I love Simmons because she seems like the one you have the best chance of getting, even though you don't.
Sure, I just thought she was dope. That's all.
I mean, I'm just saying, like if you want to approach one woman off the show,
she's like the librarian, the nerdy chick and shit.
Right? Even though you really don't have a shot with her whatsoever, you feel like if I had a chance, maybe. Even though she shoots you down as much as anyone else, so that's why I like Simmons also. But yeah, like I said,
where Quake wouldn't even like look at me.
Right? No Quake. Yeah, just like
Yeah.
So you feel like you got to take your best chance,
Yeah, but Quake is one of them fancy bitches,
Right. We don't have enough money for that,
Yeah. Yeah, I can't afford Quake.
But she dates like Jake Paul and shit like that, man. That's tell you right there. So yeah. But like I said, next week I'll go ape shit over Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and break down everything like that. So I'm just giving everybody a warning. They're just gonna geek out over this shit. So
sounds awesome.
Not now. So Eli, go ahead and get your cigarette ready and stuff like that. You can just go smoke it, and well, I just go on a whole long rant about that. Now, Eli, we're gonna bring something back that we haven't had in a while. The box office.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So there actually were some movies. There were 4 movies released in the box office last week. Okay. And I want to see if you can guess the number one. Eli, give it to me. What was the number 1 movie of the week?
What's that one with Brie? Not Brie. What's her name? Allison Brie. There's like a horror movie she made with her husband, with not James Franco, his little brother, the little
Dave Franco. Are they married?
Yeah, or whatever. They're going out, and then he directed this. It's supposed to be a horror movie. I heard that was released, and that's
right. That one it
okay,
was.
What's it called?
The Tax Collector.
Oh no, I haven't heard of that. I'm trying.
You haven't heard of that?
No.
Okay, it's a Shia LaBeouf movie.
No, I have not.
Yeah,
heard of
it's
that.
a Shia LaBeouf movie directed by David Ayers. You know, of Suicide Squad and that weird Will Smith Fair movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Black Orcs or whatever.
Yeah, that movie. So that's been released this week. Shia LaBeouf's in the movie. I really don't know what it's about. He's playing some kind of crazy hitman, assassin, drug lord, some shit like that. I don't know. That's not what I'm talking about. I haven't seen the movie. This is the weird shit that's going on. Shia LaBeouf is just fucking weird because look at this. He has a hood pass. Now, I saw this video. I saw this photo floating around last year, and somebody said, "Oh no, that wasn't Shia LaBeouf. That was somebody else that has a hood pass in California." But apparently, that was Shia LaBeouf shooting this movie. So, and here's the weird shit.
I guess he's got a res pass too, because he ended up on a res. I think it was like Pine Ridge or Rosebud. Like,
so he can go to places we can't go.
He just like, I don't know. They just found him. I don't know.
Hell, I gotta get my hood pass renewed.
Like somebody threw away this perfectly good white boy.
So every you go,
just took him in.
Right, and that's the thing about this movie. Like, this movie is like nothing but Latinos in the movie, starring Shia LaBeouf. So people like saying it's controversy on that or whatever. But hey, it would happen. But that's not the weird shit. This is the weird shit. Like I said, now this movie grossed $317,000 over the weekend, which is nothing. So he's so committed and he's so dedicated to being a method actor. You see this, Eli? Okay. That tattoo, he got it for this movie.
So that's a real tattoo.
That's a real tattoo for a movie that only grossed $300,000.
Hey, man, artists, man.
You call it artist, I call it cocaine is hell of a drug, whatever. Move on past that. Let's talk about Mulan. Now, this the shit that got my goat. Yeah, this the shit that got my goat right here. Now, the reason I'm talking about Mulan, the reason I'm getting upset about Mulan is because we were thinking that it was going to be released on the theaters and it was going to come out theaters, but it wasn't. Disney changed their mind. So instead of coming out for the theaters, it's actually coming out for Disney Plus, but not the way you think it's coming. There's going to be, I didn't look at the numbers. What did Eli like $30 to purchase?
$30, yeah.
This is a slippery slope. This is a slippery slope because it's $30 to purchase Mulan on Disney Plus, but you have to have a Disney Plus subscription. So you pay your $30, you watch Mulan, but say you cancel your Disney Plus subscription, you no longer have access to Mulan. So how would they right? So how
was it for purchase or was it for rental?
That's a good question. That's even worse if it's rental.
Because if it's like that, what they did with like The Hunt and all those movies.
Well, that's the thing. So with The Hunt, that was like $20. I think it was just $20 for like a rental.
$20, right? For a rental, yeah.
Right, but this I think is not a rental. It's not really even a purchase. It's like a purchase in Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So you have it, but you just can't watch it just anywhere. You have to have Disney Plus to open the app, which means you have to pay for Disney Plus to get that. So I think there's a slippery slope because if they start doing that, what if other people start doing it? What if Netflix start doing it or Amazon start doing it? You already paying a service. Now they're paying more to get an extra service. Yeah. It's fucked up. I think that's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, and like, Netflix is making their own movies. So theoretically they could start, you know what, hey, you want to see this shit?
Right, and that's a bad precedent. That's a really bad precedent right there. If you do that. Yeah. I mean, it's different with Amazon Plus. I mean, yes, Amazon Prime. You can buy movies on Amazon Prime, but you don't have to have an Amazon Prime account to watch those movies. I could just buy a brand new. I can watch Tax Collector. I think I could just buy that right now on Amazon Prime, and I don't have to have a paid Amazon Prime subscription to do that. I think with Disney Plus, it's kind of sucks. It'd be okay if you did, like, let's say if I didn't have a paid subscription and I just open up the Disney Plus app and I could watch the movie and I paid for it, that'd be different. But the fact that I have to pay for that and then pay for this is just opening a Pandora's box right here to do this. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
and the thing is, because I don't even give a shit about Mulan anyway. I'm just saying it's a bad precedent for other movies that might come down the pipeline.
Yeah, especially during the pandemic. I mean, who knows what's going to happen after this shit, Right. Yeah.
I mean, what if something we do want to see? Hell, a Star Wars movie, hell, Black Widow, something like that, anything like that. Now, people keep saying, "Oh, you know what's next? You know, New Mutants is next." Actually, what I'm hearing, New Mutants won't be next. Kind of, because what's going to happen is that New Mutants, I think before they sign the deal with Fox, every movie has to sign like a contract to be in theaters for so long before they do that. So I think that's what's going on. They signed a contract right before Disney bought them so that's what they have to be released in theaters. But I really think they're going to screw them. I think they're going to put this shit in the theaters for like a week. And
or something, or like I said, the drive-ins. But like I said, that's what they're doing with the Bill and Ted's movie. They're doing like a theatrical run wherever it can, but it's also going to go to VOD on some.
Right.
Fact.
They're just putting it in the theater just to say they did it, just to appease whoever the contract is signed. And then a week or 2 weeks later, boom, it's on VOD and they don't have to worry about the shit. So they don't really care.
Yeah. There's that shit about the window is like shorter now.
Yeah, I think like for like AMC and Universal, because they had this back and forth going on back where if you did this, we weren't going to play your movies. But now they have it set with it's okay if you play your movies in the theater, say 2 weeks, then you release it on VOD. So they come to an agreement on that. Let's go to the callers. We got a caller this time to start paying for what pay-per-view shit ain't new plus. I think it is different. It is different. Now, pay-per-view is different because you don't have to have another paid subscription to get pay-per-view.
Do it with fucking UFC does now with that ESPN shit. Yeah, that's what UFC does. You have to have the UFC or the ESPN app. Subscribe to that.
Oh, you mean the ESPN Plus app, the one you pay for.
And then you have to pay for the pay-per-view on top of that. So that sucks, which is why I kind of.
But didn't HBO always do that, like with the boxing fights, like with the Mike Tyson fight, like whenever it was like pay-per-view, and then you get HBO.
But HBO would air them like a week later. Like you could get the pay-per-view, but then HBO would air the fight like a week later.
Right. So, and that's the thing, like with this Mulan thing, we know that's eventually going to happen. Like if we don't pay the Mulan subscription, eventually Mulan will come to Disney Plus. It's just we don't know when. That's So
I think they just want to recoup some money, and they blew all money on this another fucking remake, and
which was good. We're saying it, but it was going to make another $1 billion anyway because people just like this shit. They watch it and hate these movies. That's the shit I don't get.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No.
We talk about a movie we're not even going to watch or review for too long. Let's see. Next thing what we got to go. Okay, Eli, this going to take a while. This is going to take a while because I want you to, I know you didn't take notes or anything like that, but this is something we got to break down.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, this is something we got to break down in here because, like I said, for some reason I don't know if the Matrix is the Matrix on Netflix.
I think so.
Eli. Commentary?
I own them. I've got them on multiple formats. So
maybe we'll talk offline on that. But the thing is, I think Matrix is on Netflix right now, and they did an interview with one of the Wachowskis, and they asked him about it. And I think they brought up. I think it was like maybe a ask me anything type deal, and somebody asked him about was it a trans allegory? And it was like because at the time the Wachowski sisters were the Wachowski brothers at the time, but of course they changed. But they're saying that, according to the Wachowskis, that the trans allegory, even though they hadn't transitioned yet, was always there. And I'm gonna just break down some of the stuff they did. For instance, remember the character Switch? Not like this. That character, everybody remembers that quote. The thing is, Switch was supposed to have been a different type of character. Switch was supposed to have been a man in the real world, or a woman in the real world and a man in the Matrix. One or the other. It's supposed to be a different.
A man in the real world, but he played as a female in the Matrix.
They didn't do that. So what they did instead, they just.
That's what I do when I play video games.
A lot of people do that in video games. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, man. Claire Redfield. I watch my ass when I'm playing Resident Evil. That's Claire.
Oh yeah, like any Resident Evil game, you just girl. See, we're equal opportunity, what was I talking about? But instead of doing that, what they did, they got like an androgynous looking, woman to play Switch. That way you couldn't really tell whether it was or not. But they're saying the allegory was there. Or even this allegory right here. Boom, the red pill and the blue pill. Now, we didn't think much about it, but apparently some psychologists read something like that, and they said basically in the 90s, the estrogen pill for people, for men trying to transition was a red pill. Like the estrogen pill was red. Yeah. So
I did not know that.
Who did? Guess we had to transition. I don't know. Eli, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think all this was bullshit.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna go into detail about. I think the rationalization that they're trying to make, this saying that the trans allegory was always there, I think was bullshit. Yes, it may have been there if you squint your eyes and look at it close enough if you think it was there. But to just say it was there, no, it wasn't there. There was a lot more themes, way more present, way more in your face than just trans. Now, yeah, you can dig into it, but you can do that with a lot of movies. You can probably look into Fast and Furious and make it a trans allegory if you look hard enough, But I think with this, I don't think they were doing it. I think it was a lot more things. I think the main theme of the movie was, let's be honest. Okay, it's the 90s. This is sci-fi and this is fantasy. The Matrix had the same storyline that every sci-fi and fantasy story ever have. It's a beta male that realizes that he's bigger and more important than what he is. At the end of the day, he becomes this badass against the girl. Boom, the end. That's the story. And if you really want to go deep into it, it's a white savior story. That's what it really is. They even say it in the movie. You are my personal Jesus Christ. They say that to Neo in the movie. And you can also talk about, and now the movie was the birth of the digital age of the internet, like the internet was getting started. Fast forward that 20 years today, it's more apparent what they were talking about, because you have this what do you call it? The ego, the id, the super ego. I hadn't gotten into all the stuff like that. But basically what it is, he has persona and an avatar that he's portraying to himself digitally. That's what we all do. On social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, everybody does it. Everybody has a Twitter profile. Everybody has a Facebook profile. Hell, you may have an Xbox Live profile. Neo is just basically his Xbox Live profile. He's just going and just kicking ass like that. Meanwhile, he goes work and got this bullshit ass job. That's what it was. Now, you want to throw in 20 years later and say, oh, yeah, we threw trans in there. Bullshit. That may have been there, deep, hidden in there, but that wasn't your main focus right there. That's just if you just dig in and get in there. So that's just my thing. I think they're just saying shit,
Okay, well, on the surface, it is just that. Yes, a guy playing video games.
Yeah.
Video game fantasy. That's on the surface. But yes, everybody takes whatever they can from art. Some people see the Christ Savior thing. Some people see Hinduism, reincarnation. I saw Taoism and Buddhism and that.
Okay.
I mean, it's open to all these religious allegories. I saw the interview, and what he was saying in it is like
she.
Yeah, or she was, sorry.
I don't want to get us flagged. That's all.
That they hadn't transitioned yet.
Right.
And that was inherent in them, because the movie, especially the first one, is all about awakening, all about becoming who you are, your true self. And at the time, they hadn't transitioned yet. And they even said in the interview, like, oh, maybe we weren't ready for that. And maybe the world wasn't ready for that yet, but it was always there. I think that's what she was trying to say is, oh, yeah. And over the years, because let's get serious, everybody shits on the Matrix series. Nobody likes this. Nobody likes anyone. I've loved them from the get-go, but everybody hates the sequels. But over the years, they've resonated with the gay and the trans community, because of what they got out of it. And they got out of coming out, becoming who you are, finding your purpose in the world. That spoke to people and probably gave them the strength to transition or come out and just be themselves. Because essentially that's what those movies are about. And yeah, I mean, go back and look. I mean, I even saw it back then in the second Matrix, the big orgy that was going on. The big rave.
Right, and I remember the big orgy.
There's man on man. There's dudes on dudes. There's women on women, and everybody laughed at the time. What are they fucking these? They laughed at this orgy. I don't know why.
Most people didn't even realize it was an orgy. I mean, we had to break it down to people. It was an orgy. Yeah, it
was a fucking. They were partying. They're like, oh, we're gonna be dead tomorrow. What are we gonna do? Well, let's fuck.
Right.
That's I don't know why people don't get that. Why that's
right.
such a. I don't understand what was going on. I don't get the Matrix or Matrix second one. you know. But that's all they were doing. Humans being humans, you know. Humans need
and that's
that
the most
connect-
human thing you can
yeah,
do.
Yeah, humans connecting, having relationships, you know. Love is a word. What matters is the connection, you know. That's what humans go for, is the connections and relationships. And the machines could never understand that. That was the difference between why do you persist? Why do you keep, you know, why do you keep doing this, Neo, at the end of the third one? Because
even though you're programmed to do one thing, why are you going against your nature, basically?
Out of all this logic, why do you still persist? Because I choose to. Because humans have choice, have free will that machines don't. No, machines, you press a button, a machine does what it's supposed
and that's
to do.
that's what Neo in his regular life felt like he was doing.
Yeah,
he was going to work, press a button, doing what he was told, you know.
Yeah. So I mean,
he was a machine, right?
I think at the time, they had the Wachowski siblings were not transitioned yet, but I think that was inherently in them, and I think if you go in and look at it, yes, it does make sense. You know, maybe at the time they hadn't come to terms with it because they hadn't transitioned yet, and it wasn't fleshed out the way they would have liked. But I think because it's them, that it was there, that it's that there's those traits are there, and you can go back and look for it. And I think that, you know, the LGBTQ community, that's why it resonates with them all these years later, because they did notice those things, you know. So, you know,
I guess you take what, I mean, you go in and take what you take from it, I guess. I mean, I guess you say the same thing with X-Men.
Yeah, art is subjective. Yeah, art is subjective. X-Men is black people, gay people, whatever marginalized community of the time. That's what X-Men represents. You know,
hell, it could be trans. I mean, if we're gonna take the trans allegory, we can take it back to the 70s. And I'm gonna break some shit down for y'all. I mean, everybody loves Mystique. You know, Mystique's so sexy, Wrecking Room. She walks around in like body paint like that. Guess what? She's the first trans comic book character. I'm gonna take it even deeper than that. Yeah, when she was back in the 70s, everybody like they know the connection between her and Nightcrawler. And yes, you may know her as Nightcrawler's mother, but guess what? In the original story, she was going to be Nightcrawler's father. Now wrap your head around that shit. You know, Marvel found out what they were doing. They're like, oh, whoa, what the fuck? No, change that shit.
I mean, this is happening in horror movies now. You know, you know, the gay community, the trans community, they love horror movies. That's an audience in the horror genre. But they're starting to like look back at movies like Psycho and Texas, like Leatherface.
Remember,
Texas
what's that movie? Night Stalker, Night Walkers, whatever. That Clive Barker movie.
Nightbreed,
that one. I when we were in Disney, they said like a huge like a homosexual allegory in that movie.
Oh yeah, and Clive Barker is gay. Yeah, so that's
the thing. Like a lot of times, like we saying that with the X-Men and the gay allegory, that's because Bryan Singer in the movie, he is gay, so he brought that undertones to it. You know, it wasn't mistakable. You know. Yeah,
but even like movies like Silence of the Lambs, Texas Chainsaw, Psycho, Sleepaway Camp. You know, these movies they basically took the trans character and made them something to be feared, that there's a stigma. These movies, you know, have made a stigma towards trans characters because the killer turned out to be a crazy guy dressed up like a woman, and he's
Psycho.
Like Psycho, Silence of the Lambs, all that, you know, Sleepaway Camp, like, oh, trans people are psycho. So there's like this stigma, and they're noticing that now. You know what I mean? So like, you know, like, back then, when I first saw Sleepaway Camp, I was like, holy shit, that scared the shit out of me because I did not know what gay was. I saw it when I was like 12 years old. I had no idea that happened. And so, it meant to instill fear. The trans community was a fearful thing according to that movie. And I get that now. So all these years later, people are, you know, we're still learning. You know,
so let me ask you, because here's the thing, but like, let's take the reason I'm being so hard on the Matrix right now about that, because I felt like that even though there is a trans allegory that we're finding 20 years later, I feel like it wasn't like as overt as it could have been or pronounced as it could have been. Like, for instance, like we keep talking about like gay undertones in movies. Let's talk about Batman and Robin. Now, I know everybody wants to joke about the movie, but there are some watch that movie again and watch it through the lens of Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson are a gay couple.
And Joel Schumacher was gay.
Openly gay. But if you watch that movie and they are as a gay couple, that movie makes way more sense.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I feel like that movie was putting those gay undertones like really in your face. Where I think Matrix, and let me ask you this: like, do you think that the Matrix, like the Wachowskis, probably wanted to push that trans narrative? But since it was 1999, it's only so far you can get before people go like, "Whoa."
I don't think they were trying to like, oh, we got to put more trans and gay undertones in the movie. I think they just weren't. It wasn't conscious in them at the time, and they weren't ready yet. That's why they took. That's why all these years later they made their transition. And now, but I'm saying at the time that subconsciously they were writing all this stuff, and characters like Switch, the orgy scenes, and the S&M clubs and all that stuff. Didn't one of them, like during the weather making, didn't one of them like run off with some model at the time? It was like a big scandal. I remember during the making of it, and I don't know, but
I remember, but yeah,
but I think they were still coming to terms with their gender and their sexuality, that it wasn't fleshed out as much. You know what I'm saying? Like they hadn't developed those ideas yet. That's why it's so open to interpretation. They weren't trying to push like, oh, this is a trans movie. The Matrix are all about transitioning and coming out and blah, 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 blah. No, I don't think it was there yet because they weren't there yet. But I think what she was saying in the interview is like, I think those undertones were always there inherently. They just weren't ready to express them yet to the world, to come out. They weren't out and transformed yet.
And I'll give you that. I'll give you that. When you're an artist and you're making art, sometimes even the subconscious, like your subconscious can come through the art sometimes.
Yeah.
Even if you aren't aware of it.
And everybody's learning. Life is all about learning, and that they had to learn to be who they are. And just like in the Matrix movies, the three movies are all about life, birth, life, and death. That's the first one's about birth, becoming who you are. The second one's about the purpose, finding your purpose in life. And the third one's about death, letting go. And you know what I mean? And that's
you finally broke that down for me, Eli. Okay.
That's just everybody learns in life. And the Wachowski siblings had to learn who they are. And now they're making, that's why I'm so stoked for the new ones that they're making, because I want to see where they take it, but it's all a learning process. Like I'm learning, my son is gay and I'm still learning. I don't know the terms. I don't know the binaries and the different genders that his friends have. And I'm like, but hey, I'm learning, I
mean, I think that's the world we live in. The more it becomes normalized, then we can understand this.
Yeah. I'm trying to be more tolerant. Yeah. I got a gay son and a daughter with Down syndrome. So I hit the jackpot, but hey, my kids have taught me more about tolerance and acceptance than anybody. So, and like I said, I'm still learning, I'm still trying to, be mindful, but then again, hey, I thought Shaft was funny and I laughed at that shit.
I'll be honest with you. I watched the movie and I thought it was funny. I was trying to figure like that was controversy.
Yeah, but hey, I'm still trying to be mindful. I'm still like, if I, especially now in in our current climate, I'm expecting the world to be better towards me and people of color. Well, then I also have to be better as well. I can't. I'm trying not to. Like the N-word. I'm trying not to say that when I'm rapping, when I'm listening to hip hop, and I know a lot of hip hop lyrics. So when I'm in the car and I'm jamming, I go, shame on I'm trying to be better. What I'm saying?
Right.
And it's all
that's the thing. Like as long as we just understand that other people, like if we want to be mindful of people of our feelings, we got to be mindful of their feelings also.
Yeah,
that's all.
And
it's a two-way street.
Yeah, that's all it is,
Yeah.
So as far as the Matrix, I like I said, I think it makes sense. No, did I notice that? Did I take away from that? No, because I'm not a trans person. I'm not gay. I didn't see that. I saw a bunch of other shit,
right.
Just like
because
you
that's
saw.
What we've been trained to, right. We've been trained to see that because we've seen other sci-fi movies like that,
Yeah, and just like you saw the white savior, you took what you saw out of it. Everybody takes what they see out of art. That's what makes it so cool, you know. But I think, I do think that inherently those traits were in those. That perspective was in them. They just didn't flesh them out, and they weren't ready to come out yet. So
interesting. Okay. Now we're gonna transition. Shit.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. I mean to say that it slipped out, but yeah. All right, so we're gonna move on to another topic, and this is the one that pissed me off, Eli. This one is did I spell it right? I did not spell it right. Don't care.
Blerd.
Were
you trying to say blurred?
I was trying to say blurred. And matter of fact, I'm going to say blurred on there. I can't see because I'm blind as hell. Let's see. So basically what's going on right now is that, you know, DC was talking about that fandom or whatever. I don't know if you heard about it. It's supposed to be coming on in October. Okay. It's supposed to be coming on.
Yeah. I know about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be coming on in August the 22nd. So when it comes to August 22nd.
Is that why these chocolate bars are coming out? Because I told you I got these
DC is just DC out right now.
I got these Hershey bars with like DC characters on them. You know what I'm saying? Wonder Woman. I got the Aquaman. It was like 3 for $3.
No,
but they got like Superman.
The thing is, why don't they produce Shazam when they're doing all this bullshit? But whatever. Anyway, point I'm trying to make, they got this thing coming out where it's going to be DC. Well, DC has this fandom where they're going to have all these people coming out. And this is what I want to show you, Eli. This bullshit right here. This bullshit. Blerd and Boujee. That's what the fuck I was trying to spell, but I couldn't remember how to spell that shit. Look at this shit. Look at this fucking shit. I'm gonna break this shit down because this shit pissed me off so fucking much. I wish I could blow this shit up. First off, look at Cyborg. Cyborg is doing the Carlton dance. What the fuck is this, man? Black Lightning is saying get lit. What the fuck, man? Who wrote shit? So somebody at DC thought this was a clever idea to do this shit. I don't know who the fuck thought that this was clear. I was like ready to piss about it. It's some other shit in here. Look, Jon Stewart is breakdancing. You know, and that's my whole thing right there. Why do they think it's a party? What the fuck if it's going to be dedicated to, you know, first off, that Blerd term pissed me the fuck off anyway, and I'll come back to that in a second. But why they think that this shit is going to get, you know, black comic book fans? See, this is why people don't fool with black comic book fans anyway. Black people that like comic books because of corny shit like this. They think we co-sign and approve bullshit like this. We're like, oh, this is cool. This is what we want. This is what the fans want. No, we don't want this shit. I don't want this shit.
So you don't like the term blurred?
I fucking hate it. Let me turn this off for a second. Okay, let me break this shit down for a second.
Okay, learning. Good to know. See, I'm still learning.
No, don't learn from me. Don't learn from me.
I see it on the internet all the time.
Don't learn from me because I'm probably one of the motherfuckers that need to be learned right now. But that blurred shit, I hate that shit because first off, okay, I understand what blurred is supposed to be like a black nerd, but Eli, I don't qualify for that shit. I feel like that's some millennial shit that I feel like I missed that shit by maybe like a day or so before. But I feel like blurred originally was supposed to be one thing, like supposed to be a black, you know, a black nerd that's in the sci-fi and anime, whatever like that. But that didn't qualify for me. I feel like that's a term that's designed for like certain class of black nerds. First off, I don't watch anime. You know, I don't wear Vans. I don't have a record player. I don't listen to music on vinyl. You know, I don't have a Nintendo 64 that I still play. You know, I don't do shit like this. I don't cosplay. I don't do any of that weird shit like that a lot of blurs do.
No, I don't cosplay. You were checking off all my boxes. And I was...
You don't need. You're not a blurred either, Eli. You're not a blurred.
But we're called indigenerds. I think that's what we're called. That's our
is that a thing? Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you said that.
Indigenerds, yeah.
I'm so glad you said that. The reason because when DC put this bullshit poster out, they gave a definition of the term blurred. Oh my god. I don't even want to say it, man. I don't even want to say. I'd show it to you, but they took it down. So what they said, what a blurred was a black person, Native American, Latino, Asian, or anybody of color. Just throw anybody just a pot.
Everybody.
Just everybody in the pot. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? That's not what a blurred is. Even though I hate the term, you just can't just throw that shit just on and just tack it on to anybody. So then when they finally caught wind of it, they was like, oh yeah, my fault. We'll take that shit down. You know. So and then on Black Twitter, well, not Black Twitter, but on Twitter, we went down there trying to find out, okay, who the fuck approved this shit? We want to know the person that approved it. And DC was quick to throw black people, a black person under the bus. Oh, we had a black cartoonist and animator draw this shit and promote it. It wasn't us. They did it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, who the fuck did you get? Did you get like Terry Crews? You know, did you get Kanye West to do the shit? Like, who the fuck did you get?
Yeah, that's what they always do.
I got a black friend.
Yeah.
It's okay.
He said it was cool.
He said it was cool. Like, no, this shit is not cool. This shit is not cool. So I don't know why the fuck they think that we will like some shit like this. Now, I'm not victim blaming or playing the victim anything like that. I'm saying this shit is corny. Nobody would look at this shit and be like, yeah, I want to go to this party. No, I wouldn't. I would stay the fuck away from this party as far as I could. So Blerd and Boujee, what the fuck is this shit? Eli, I'm too old for this shit. That's all I can say. Oh, let's move on. What else we got? Can we move to the video game section? I need to.
Go ahead.
All right, let's go to the video game section. First off, some shit that actually caught my attention. I wanted to jump into this. So apparently there is a Rocksteady. If you don't know who Rocksteady is the guys that make those awesome Batman games, all the Arkham games, Arkham Knight, Arkham, whatever. Okay. They make those games. They had the last game they made was in 2015. They hadn't made anything. Every year there's a rumor this game's coming out. They're making that game. Nothing. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere on their Twitter, boom, this drops. Suicide Squad. And they said they're going to announce it at that fandom we were talking about. They're going to announce that. And if you notice who's they're showing for the Suicide Squad is Superman. So apparently in the game, you're going to be hunting down and killing Superman?
No shit.
We don't know. That's all we know right now.
Superman on the Suicide Squad.
Superman on the Suicide Squad. Or some people saying that it might be Bizarro.
Oh.
They teaming up to go get Bizarro, or maybe Bizarro's on the team. We don't know. We don't know anything yet. That's none of the things that's coming down for the fandom.
Oh.
So
or is it Injustice Superman? Asshole Superman?
Well, not because it's in the Arkham universe. Gabe, what up? Yeah, Gabe, I'm old. I told you.
Is this who you were talking about?
Yeah, this is Gabe. We were playing Street Fighter the other day. So
okay. What up? Yo,
yeah, shout out to Gabe.
Got listeners.
Yeah, I know we were gonna do a better job telling we were gonna record. We haven't got there yet. All right, so that's that. Now the next news we're gonna talk about is something near and dear to my heart and Gabe's heart also, even though Gabe may not give a shit. We're gonna talk about where's my guy? Boom, Yoshinoro Ono. We're going to talk about Yoshinoro Ono. Reason we're going to talk about him is because after a 30-year career with Capcom, he's retiring. Now, why is he a big deal? Reason he's a big deal is because he's actually the guy that kind of resurrected fighting games. Now, back in the 2000 era, after Street Fighter 2 went under and Marvel's Capcom went under, fighting games were dead. People were just playing, Call of Duty, Halo, Battlefield. Fighting games, nobody gave a shit. They weren't selling. They were in the toilets, all of that. This guy brought him back when he made Street Fighter 4. Basically, he worked on Street Fighter 3. That's where he kind of got started. He took some elements of Street Fighter 3, put in Street Fighter 4. So it's kind of like bringing the old with the new. They created the tournament scene, which was so big, it was actually getting shown on ESPN at the time, and it actually like created like the tournament scene. I don't want to say created, but it popularized it. And it came a lot of money into it, and you had other games like Tekken come out. King of Fighters made a resurrection because Street Fighter 4 was so big. That matter of fact, they call anybody that came in around that time, they call them the 09ers. Because Street Fighter came out of 09, it brought this boom of fighting game fans, and that's where everybody came from. But that's the honeymoon phase. Everything that, like I said, some people say he flew too close to the sun. Because what happened, he started making other games that didn't quite hit as hard. Like, for instance, Street Fighter X Tekken. Like Street Fighter and Tekken kind of combined themselves. And if you don't know how that game went, this is pretty much how it went. They pretty much made a gif out of it. And yeah, that's pretty much what everybody thought about Street Fighter X Tekken. So that was supposed to have been a Tekken versus Street Fighter game, but since that game flopped so bad, the guy that made Tekken was like, you know what? I'm good. Don't worry about it. I'll just make another Tekken game.
Well, they're two different fighting styles.
I mean, it could have worked. Yeah. It could have worked if they took more time with it, but it was some way other bullshit mechanics they went. Like they had like they sold you the game, and then there was like 10 or 12 DLC characters on the disc that you bought that you couldn't play, that you had to pay later on to unlock. People were like, the gameplay mechanics were just fucked up. They sold you all kind of like pay to win mechanics. That game was all kind of fucked up. That's Street Fighter X Tekken. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Then we can game, it didn't launch with the best of intentions. It kind of was fucked up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just shame to plug myself right here. It could have been better. That's all I'm gonna say. The game could have been better.
Your mic or your voice is crackly. You're coming in distortion. Distorted.
Shit. Okay, we might have to wrap this up. Let's see what we got here. What Gabe talking about? You too heard about that. People are saying it. Am I still fucking up, Eli?
Yeah, you sound like parking on the dance floor. Yeah, you kind of
Roger and Zap.
Midnight Star.
Basically, you're saying we to wrap this up. That's cool. We'll wrap it up. But yeah, some people are saying that he might go over to Capcom or like Konami, and he might make like Fight Streeter 2. With Rin and Caillou.
Yeah, ask him. Hey, how does Leroy sound? Do we sound okay live?
I think last time I fucked up, it was the gyms. Yes, gym system was ass too. So I know we fucked up. Last time you said that Eli did sound fucked up when I went back and heard it later on. So anyway,
is it your jack or something or?
Probably so. Either way, I tell you what, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the next section. I'm gonna let you take over.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll fix itself out by there. Because right now, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and go to the comic book section.
Okay.
I'll let you take over from there. You go ahead and take over.
All right. Comic books?
Yeah.
Oh, so am I doing my indie books first?
Go for it.
Okay, so this is the part where we keep the lights on? No, we don't. Do we still have to keep the lights on?
Not really.
We don't have to talk about comics anymore, do we? Let's see. Let me get this started. I gotta get my tablet was on the charge, and all my comics are on the tablet because digital. Since we're gonna review our week's comics, the comics we read this week. We're gonna talk about the comic books. I guess I will start out with Alien, the original screenplay. So this is I think gonna be the last Alien comic book that Dark Horse puts out before Marvel takes over. Yeah, he says Leroy sounds like Soundwave. Yeah. So this is Alien, the original screenplay. They basically based this comic on the original screenplay written by Dan O'Bannon. He was the one who wrote the original Alien, the first Alien movie. He of course, it went through many rewrites. Characters were changed. Stuff was cut out. Stuff was shortened. But they're doing a comic book on the original screenplay. And this is basically, it starts off very similar. We're on the ship it's not called the Nostromo anymore. It's called the Snark. I think Dan O'Bannon was a little bit more campy because he wrote like Return of the Living Dead and the Life Force. He wrote the script for Life Force, if you remember the space vampire movie. So he was into like comic books and campy monster movies and sci-fi. So I think he meant this to be sort of that. I think he wanted Roger Corman to direct this at first, so it would have been just a cheap B monster movie before it became the Alien movie that it did, and they pumped millions of dollars into the budget. So yeah, it follows the same, this first issue follows the same scenario. There are these space truckers on board this ship. They're in cryo sleep. They awaken because the computer picks up a distress signal from another planet. They go down to this planet to investigate it. They find this derelict alien spaceship, a dead alien corpse inside, and they say we got to go investigate some more. So that's kind of weird. I thought they were gonna find the egg, but they didn't find the egg yet. But I think that's why they end up sort of cutting the script down a bit to make it go a little bit more faster paced, because they get back on the ship and then they're going to say they're going to go back to the spaceship, the alien ship again. So, but the basic foundation is there. Just there's different character names and the designs are different. They don't have the H.R. Giger. This is before he met H.R. Giger, so the aliens look more like crabs and bugs.
Right,
I guess
the design wasn't there yet.
Yeah. So So yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5. This was interesting. I'm a big Alien fan. I love the Alien comics. So, and it's just cool to see Dan O'Bannon's first, vision, his original, script. So yeah, I give this a 4 out of 5.
Is it a one shot or is it?
No, if this is issue 1, this is issue 1. I think it's out of 4. I think
Okay.
that's it. Yeah. So
That's right.
Yeah.
Because once they do this, then they're gonna fight Iron Man after this. So
yeah, 'cause this is going to be the last one before they go to Marvel.
fuck. How do I sound? Am I good? Still fucking up?
You're still crackly. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, you keep going there. Let me fuck around with some shit.
All right.
Do another indie book before we get to good stuff.
All right. The other indie book I read, let's see, Bad Mother, #1. That what's it called? Upshot?
AWA?
AWA, that new comic book.
I keep thinking of some wrestling shit,
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, the new comic book label. This is Mike Deodato. That's basically the reason why I grabbed it. I love Mike Deodato's art. Krista Faust writing.
Never heard of her.
Yeah, so this is basically Taken with a mom. This middle-aged.
He's a bad father, so yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, this woman. At first she's at like a grocery store or she's at a convenience store, and the place gets robbed. And the cops come and shoot the guys. Then she goes, she's a little shaken up. She goes home. Her husband is on a business trip and he's saying, "Oh, I'm going to be out of service, so don't bother calling me." So that's a little, you know what he's doing. But she's kind of shaken up after this robbery, so she's trying to, she goes to her son. Her son's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go spend the night at my boy." So he takes off, and then she's waiting for her daughter to get home, and her daughter doesn't show up. Finally, her daughter shows up like really late, like way past curfew, and she's all beat up. And she's like, "Who the fuck is this here?" And he's that boyfriend of hers. And so she ends up going to the boyfriend's house to, give her a little piece of her mind for beating up her daughter. She finds the boyfriend dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, shit. I thought I took this off a guided view. Yeah, so the boyfriend's dead, and she runs back home and calls the cops, and then the cops, God damn it. Okay, guided view, off a guided view. Okay. Yeah, the cops go back to the house to investigate, where the boyfriend is, and his body's gone. So they kind of think she's nuts. And her daughter's gone too.
Wow.
And they're like, "Hey, her boyfriend's dead, and now my daughter's gone. Do something." Like, no, she's probably ran off with the boyfriend. We can't find his body. She's probably with them. They don't believe that, her boyfriend is dead. And then at the end, there's like some like, I don't know if it's a drug dealer to say, "Oh yeah, the boys took care of it. We got to get the money now." And then it sort of ends. And then it shows like the daughter's all like tied up and gagged, bound and gagged and shit. So it's kind of looks like this is going to be like a Taken type, but she's going to go try to find her daughter. And
is she some kind of, I don't know, badass something?
No, she's just like a frumpy mom, just
it's like one of those Lifetime movies. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's just, yeah.
I can at least see military training. Maybe I'll say later on she was in Afghanistan.
Yeah, but she's like, she looks like a regular, she's not all hot or whatever, you know what I'm saying? She's just like, she's got, she's got a mom bod, you know what I'm saying? She's a middle-aged mom. Yeah. This ain't, this ain't The Hunt or whatever, where all of a sudden the hot chick turned out to, kick all kinds of asses. So
right.
So I I like the art. I'll check out the second issue. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 just because I was into it.
The comic company had a better name. That's all.
Yeah.
It's either wrestling or root beer. It's one or the other. I don't think comics. Am I still fucking up? Still bad?
Yeah. Try unplugging your headphones and back in. Did you try that?
You want to try one more before?
Sure. My only other book is okay, off a guided view. is The Goddamned, The Virgin Brides,
Oh,
number 2. Wait, say something?
hey, I'm here.
Yeah, you're still
Definitely not.
crackling.
Okay, whatever.
So The Goddamned, issue number 2. This is the story arc, The Virgin Brides. So this is by Jason Aaron and R.M. Guerrera. Now, I love the first Goddamn series. It was basically about Cain, Adam and Eve's son, and he fights Noah. But Noah is this barbaric, asshole tyrant going around finding slaves for his ark because the great flood is coming. And so Noah is just like this evil barbarian warlord, and Cain hates God. So it's very blasphemous. It's very violent and
It's not even canonical with the Bible. It's like, how does he?
it's basically like if Quentin Tarantino wrote the Bible.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, it's violent and brutal. I thought it was great. I loved it. This one, this is the new series. It's called The Virgin Brides. It basically centers around some sort of monastery where these nuns are raising these girls, and once they have their period, they get taken up to this mountain to be married. But it turns out, I think they're being married off to fallen angels, because like in the last issue, the girl they brought up to the mountain turned out all fucked up, and there was all these monsters and shit. It was like really fucked up.
Okay, let me ask you this. Yeah, I know I'm still fucking up.
Yeah.
In this story, are there any kind of like monsters or giants walking around the earth while it's happening?
Like during the last one.
Okay, I think that's in the Bible. I think that's in the Bible. Like there's huge giant monsters walking around helping the humans. Yeah.
Yeah, like Noah's army were like barbarian, like ogres and shit. It was cool. It was dope.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So this one, like I said, they're basically taking these girls once they have their period, once they're they're ready for mating or whatever, they take them up to this mountain, and I think they're fallen angels. I think that's who they are. This is issue 2. So basically, the last issue left off with one of the girls. She wakes up and she had her first period. Her bed is all bloody. So she's like, oh shit, they're gonna take me up to that mountain. So her, and in this issue, her and her friend end up escaping the monastery, and they're basically being chased by the nuns. The nuns get these like warrior women to find them, and so yeah, it's basically a chase, and there's a battle. Like they end up ambushing these warrior women. They bring them into the woods, and they're like all Rambo style. Then they come out and ambush them, kill them, and now they got weapons now. So they're still being chased, by the nuns, by the monastery, and whoever's up on this mountain, So
I guess we'll find that out later on. So.
Yeah, I think it's cool. This is basically, it's a whole religious allegory about humans, or just how people use religion for control or to justify violence and and war, and basically using the religion as a form of control,
Right.
And yeah, they keep saying God. If the girls that took off running, the runaways, they're saying, oh, you're gonna face God's wrath and all this shit. They're basically fear-mongering, using religion as a way to promote fear and control, and so I think this is great. This is, like I said, this is issue 2. I'm into it.
Now, who wrote this again?
Jason Aaron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and R.M. Guerrera. So the art is really gritty and visceral and very violent. So not for the squeamish. Not if you're easily offended.
Snowflake.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you're religious, if you're a Christian, this will piss you off. Unless you're a cool Christian.
Right. So okay. They should put that on the warning label on the comic. So
Yeah, not for
All right.
pussy Christians.
right. All right, I'm up. I'm gonna go. We're just gonna just
All right, yeah.
power through this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do your
and
sound
then,
wave.
and then I'm gonna just get in. and
More
get
than
out,
meets the eye.
All right, so the next we're going to do is Batman 96 because that's the one that's on the banner. So we're going to go from that one. And this is the one that Gomer seems to hate. And I'm not going to argue with him about it. It is what it is. Basically, the book is Joker War Part 2. Yeah, Joker War Part 2. If you haven't been keeping up with the story, basically what they should have called the story is Joker's Billions. So it just makes more sense. But they're not going to call it that. They're going to call it just some generic, some shit, so whatever like that. Anyway, Joker has all Bruce Wayne's money. And he's using all of his gadgets to go after him. So the book opens up with, this utopian future with Gotham City. And if you listen to the last issue, Batman has this new outfit that you actually see. And he's riding around with, and he's old. He's fighting Mr. Freeze and his sons are called Ice Pop and Snow Cone or some shit.
Something like that. Ice Pop and Snow Cone. Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, but it turns out Batman really don't think they're his sons. He thinks he's just some kids he just brainwashed, just do that one like that. So anyway, fucks him up, throws some heat-based batarangs at him, takes him out pretty quickly, beats shit out of Mr. Freeze, takes him back to Gotham, and then we go to Bruce, and he's old, talking to Alfred. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with like the last year of Batman stories, Alfred's dead.
Yeah.
But he's here chilling, and like I said, we see an old man Bruce. Like I said, this is in the future. But it turns out that while in the middle of talking, because Alfred got his neck snapped by Bane, his head falls off.
Yeah.
Like, really fucked up. It's just like all of a sudden his head starts talking. He's like, this whole thing is a dream. This whole thing's hallucinating. Nothing you're seeing is real. All your kids are dead. You're going to be dead soon. I'm dead. You have nobody. Except the Joker, So while they're doing all that, then he wakes up, and it's Harley Quinn taking care of him. And Harley Quinn, who also was supposed to be dead, is not dead because she actually had her throat repaired, even though it was slit by a punchline, who she refused to call her punchline. She calls it everything but punchline, punchable face, knife line, everything. And basically, Batman has been there for the last 3 days. And she's been taking care of him, nursing him back, health, stuff like that. But in those 3 days, Joker has just been running wild with the city. Everything's just been tearing up, everything's been destroyed. He has the police in his back pocket. He has all the gangs in his back pocket because he's buying them whatever they want. If he gives them like tricked out Joker mobile, stuff like that, and he's running around just fucking up everything. People are scared to go out at nighttime. But while that's going on, Eli, your boy, shows up. And I got to do it because I got to give him a proper introduction. So while all this fucked up shit is going on and Batman's been, incapacitated, you got this new guy popping up that just throws an axe to the back of these clowns' head, and
he's got two batarangs stuck inside a bat.
Yeah, I gotta go back to that. Two batarangs stuck to a bat, and he's going around just killing any of the clowns, any of Joker's goons he can find. He's just like, I'm just gonna kill as many of them as I can. We don't know his backstory. We don't know who his name is. Eli, can you give me something on this guy? Because you seem to be.
His name is called Clown Hunter. I got the variant. I actually bought.
He's on the variant.
Yeah, I bought his variant. So
okay.
I actually went and bought a real comic this week.
Wow, that's a thing.
That's a thing. Comic stores were open. No, this is his first appearance. There's really not much about him other than he's just this kid or this dude running around killing Joker goons. And I think it's a cool concept. He reminds me of the monster killer in Something is Killing the Children. That other book that Tinian is writing.
Tinian writes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it reminded me of. I'm like, oh shit. I mean, I think I was very intrigued by this. So
okay, we'll see where he goes with this. This, like I said, he didn't really announce him too much. He just he's a thing. We know he's going to be a thing later on.
Yeah, he was just on that one page. He's just on this one page,
right?
And that's, you don't see him for the rest of the book. So,
okay.
I thought he was cool. I really thought I think he's better than Punchline, but then again, who gives a shit about Punchline?
Right.
But
we think she's gonna be a big thing. We probably already forgot about it by now. So.
Yeah, but I really thought he was a cool character. I mean, he might not be as cool as Zombie Superman or Kid Cable, but He might not be as cool as magical flowers that open doorways to Mutant Island, but I thought he was cool.
All right, so we go back to it. Like I said, Batman's having a conversation with Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's telling him, "While you've been out, Joker's just been going crazy, buying everybody's money, just spending all your money as much as he can. And he's buying up all the news stations because he's been playing the same loop over and over again on the news station. And that same movie theater owner from Monarch Theater that Joker bought Monarch Theater from last time, he's got him tied up and he slashed a Z in his face. And he's telling him that he wants everybody to come to the Monarch Theater because he's going to show the Mark of Zorro on repeat. It's an old movie that you got to see, and you haven't seen it before. And he's reading cue card, and then the last part of cue card he don't want to read because it says, prepare for the final shot. He's like, oh, no, please, no, don't do that. And bang, Joker shoots him. Yeah. So that's the Joker for you right there. So Batman knows where he's at because he's telling him where he's at. So, but while he's doing it, he's still freaking out because Punchline hit him with the Joker venom from last issue. And even though it's 3 days later, the venom is so potent, he's still freaking out. He's still spazzing. He still hears Alfred in his head. So he leaves out of there. He thinks, Alfred, Harley Quinn is trying to, do something to him. He sneaks out. Alfred's in his head. He goes to the Monarch Theater because Joker's sitting there waiting on him. And the Joker has completely fixed up the Monarch Theater. At least we think he has. Or maybe Batman's tripping on balls. We don't know. So either way, he goes there and there's nothing, a bunch of dead bodies there. And it's not just recent frequent dead bodies, like dead bodies that have been there for like years, rotting, decaying, things like that. Because the thing what Joker's doing is that he has dug up everybody he's ever killed in Gotham before that Batman has let him kill. And when it happens, basically he's telling Batman, and you're gonna have to kill him again. Because Joker now has this Joker venom that can resurrect the dead and turn people into zombies. So everybody he's ever killed resurrects, turns to a zombie, and gets ready to fight Batman. The end.
So that's what Joker's been doing with all that money.
Of course, he wasn't going to do good things with it. He was going to do fucked up things with it. So.
Digging up all those bodies.
Right. Well, he didn't do it. He had other people do it.
Yeah, he paid. Yeah,
he paid somebody to do it. He said they've been doing it all week, but hey, I paid him good money. It's your money, so fuck it. So,
are you happy that Batman actually finally got to sleep?
He did. He
slept for 3 days.
Worried me for a second. I was like, is this motherfucker ever going to sleep? It's like the 11th issue, and he's just been up the whole time. I'm like, he's got to be on some cocaine this time. He got to be.
Yeah. He slept for 3 days, but hey, he finally got some sleep.
Right. So, overall, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Wasn't as strong like the last issue. I don't want to throw it under the bus, mainly because I don't want Gomer to throw this shit in my face. Let's see. Let's go to the callers.
Hey, he likes Punchline. A Harley that won't be an anti-hero.
I mean, okay.
Well, yeah, it's just It's just another Harley Quinn. That's what
But that's the thing. But they need another, because Harley Quinn is no longer Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn was made to be one thing, Joker's sidekick. But now she's become because Joker, they want to take Joker into different areas like this where he's like zombifying and raping people and shit like that. They don't want Harley Quinn to go that far. So Harley Quinn is going this way, but at the same time, Joker still needs a fill-in role for that. So this one need basically a Harley Quinn, but a more psycho Harley Quinn. So she has a purpose,
I guess.
But
I guess.
I mean, it's like if Batman has a Robin, Joker needs a sidekick.
It's Harley 2.0 for me. I mean,
that's exactly what it is. She's just more ruthless, more
personally.
violent.
I don't think Joker needs a girlfriend, but that's just me. But hey, But I love this book. I thought, like I said, I see Tinian is fucking with everybody. He's fucking with everybody. Mm-hmm. He's making fun of. He knows this. We've seen this before, and he's like sort of. It's almost like he's poking fun, and it's almost like a parody. Mm-hmm. He knows Batman's crazy and all that shit. Especially when he starts freaking out and starts thinking about his parents getting killed again, and Harley slaps him like, "No, we're not going here again." That's the, and then their heads
not freaking out again, right?
Yeah, like we're not going here again. He's talking to the no, we're not going to see Batman's parents get killed again. We're not going to see the pearls. We're not going to see and that's Harley. And it's funny that Harley was the one doing that. Like no,
right? Like she's the crazy one. She's telling him not to go crazy.
Yeah, she's the psychiatrist. No, we're not doing. you know, and you know, and then their heads snap and shit. I thought that was crazy and shit, you know. But other part when the Monarch Theater, the owner, when he sees the commercial about the Zorro, the Gotham cut, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh, I forgot that the Snyder cut. I thought that was weird when he said that. Like, that's kind of obvious on the nose when he did that. So.
Yeah. So this is gonna be the all new one. You haven't seen this one before. You never seen this.
We made the other one. You know?
Yeah, and that's what he's saying with this whole story. He's like, no, yeah, we've all seen Batman and Joker fight over and over, but you haven't seen this one. And he knows that. And I think that's what I like about this arc, that Tinian's sort of just pushing that.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's poking fun at it.
Yeah, he's pushing all the tropes in the face. Yeah.
Let's see. This is what the second time. Oh, it's more than two. Yeah, it's more than second. We lost count after a while.
Yeah, and you know, it's the same old thing. Batman's he's all drugged up, but he's got to fight the bad guy. You know, we've seen that so many times. We've seen him on, you know, the Scarecrow toxin and all that shit, and you know, so we've been here before.
We need to see how this plays out. I don't think Tinian's going to give us what we think we're going to get.
Yeah, we've been here before, but you know, and Tinian knows that. You know, I just hope, and I'd like to think that Tinian's a better writer than this. I just hope this isn't a hallucination. Like, it was all a dream. You know,
like the whole thing. No.
Yeah, that's right. You know,
this is not Who Shot JR and no shit like that. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm like, okay, or is it, you know, this is just one big joke that Joker's playing on him or something. They're gonna pull the rug out and like, haha. And
he's gonna wake up and Alfred's gonna be feeding him soup and he dreamed the whole last 15 issues.
Because Alfred is talking to him.
And Alfred telling, but the shit Alfred is saying, just like because Harley Quinn was trying to, you know, because he's freaking out again. She was about to trank him so he can go back to sleep. And Alfred is in the ear saying like, Harley has a trank on her. You need to watch out. You know. And where am I right now? You're in the Park Road district or some shit like that. Yeah. So he's feeding them intel. Like, how's he feeding them intel?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's all in his head. You know, and that's what's keeping him sane. That's what's grounded him, you know, through this story. You know, is Alfred. So that's why I'm thinking.
Even though he knows he's freaking out, it's not really.
He knows Alfred's dead. He is aware of that. But you know, and that's why I'm like, that's why I was like, I hope this isn't a dream. I hope he just doesn't wake up and this is all. Yeah. But I like to think that Tinian's a better writer than that.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, this is all right. Next one we're going to review is I lost it a second ago. Let's see. The next one we're going to review is DCeased Dead Planet.
Oh, DCeased.
Yeah, did you?
I didn't read this. No.
You didn't? Okay,
I read The Unkillables, the one with they're on the island. That's the one I read. I haven't read this new series.
Okay, yeah. So this is the new one. I'm trying to see where that's at. So this is Dead Planet, and basically how it starts off is that you got, like I said, Red Arrow or Arsenal or Roy Harper, whatever you want to call that guy. He's still on the planet. He's been rescuing people for the last 5 years, and everything is going fine until he gets roasted alive by fire, zombie fire. That's her name's Fire. When she gets roasted, then that's when the Constantine shows that I think these guys, they formed a new team. They call themselves the Blood Pack or the Shadow Pack, some shit. Anyway, who all we got? We got Red Hood, we got Blue Devil, Constantine, of course, we got Satana, Ragman, and who's this on the end? Detective Chimp is there also, and Ravager. So that's the team. They've been together for the last 5 years, and they've been, you know, rescuing people, killing zombies and shit like that, and that's what they've been doing. And then all of a sudden, they get interrupted by, I'm trying to get to it, Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing interrupting. He was like, Constantine, we need to talk. I got a problem with my garden. And Constantine trying to tell him, look, I'm in the middle of a zombie invasion right now. When I'm done with this, you know, we can talk and have a conversation. And he was like, oh, is that what's going on right now? Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to it. So basically, Swamp Thing stomps his foot. Stop. It ain't gonna do it. Anyway, Swamp Thing stomps his foot, and when he stomps his foot, every single zombie dies. a blaze of grass just pop out of everywhere, and every single one of them just die instantly. And then Swamp Thing looks back at Constantine like, okay, now can we finish the conversation? We're like, okay. So there's 2 gardens that's left, these 2 sanctuaries that are safe right now. Poison Ivy has one. I have the other one, but I can't get to it right now because it's like fortified and protected, stuff like that. So we go to Poison Ivy's thing, and like I said, Poison Ivy is completely safe. She is protected by the Tower of Eternity, that thing Shazam, Black Adam, whatever got. And then I told you last issue that Superboy got, well, not Superboy, but Superman got fucked up. So Cassandra, whatever her name is, the new Wonder Woman, she takes him there. And she takes him there because she realized that it's a magic attack, and that's why he really getting fucked up. And they got all kind of magic there. Obviously, magic can heal him. So when they do that, that's cool. Then we go to this is a good panel. This is a good panel right here. I gotta tell you this one. So while they're doing that, Damien and Jason meet, and basically, and Jason looks at him like, "Oh, you're Batman, okay?" And Damien was like, "Yeah, he wanted me to be Batman. You got a problem with that?" And Jason was like, "Me and the old man had a lot of problems. We didn't agree with a lot of things. He made a lot of mistakes. This is not one of them." And then they hugged. And I thought that was pretty touching right there. Brothers hug. Yeah. So anyway, we go to Australia. Like I said, Swamp Thing takes the other guys to Australia. Trying to get there. Yeah. And this is where the crazy shit happens. So apparently they find a garden surrounded by blood, surrounded by hellfire, surrounded by magic, and surrounded by zombies. So they have a hard time really getting there. So they're like, why don't we just fly over there and get there? So they fly over to get there, but the thing is, Detective Chimp realizes it's a trap. That's not blood. It's Plastic Man. It's zombie Plastic Man. Right? So a zombie Plastic Man just starts like just killing the whole team, just starts stabbing people, poaching their eyes out, poking their brains out and shit like that. And the book ends with Constantine and Detective Chimp falling in Plastic Man's mouth. Zombie mouth. The end.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is this the book where what's her face? Black Canary became like a lantern or something?
Yes. She shows up in the book too. I just passed by her part. Because she shows up with a zombified Green Arrow. And Poison Ivy like, get the fuck out of here. Get him out of here. She like, well, if he goes, I goes. Okay, then go. So yeah, so she's a Green Arrow, a Green Lantern in this one. Yeah. Shoot, I guess I'm still. I'm gonna go next, and if you got any more books, you can go from there. So, am I still fucking up?
Well, yeah, I'm done. I mean, the only other thing I read was Empyre. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, voice wise, I'm still fucking up.
Oh yeah, you are.
Shit. Okay. Fuck it. Last one I got anyway. Next one we're gonna do is Empyre. What do we got? So we're just gonna fly through this one. Wasn't a whole lot that happened in this book. Basically, I think this book was narrated by T'Challa. It was narrated by Black Panther. You read Empyre, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So basically how the book is that there another conference call. We got what the fuck happened in this book? Oh yeah. Carol and Captain Marvel and Human Torch basically have a conversation with Hulkling, and Hulkling says, yeah, I'm gonna just destroy the sun and just get rid of everybody if I have to. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this shit out now. And they said, no, you're not gonna do that. And he said, yes, I am. Matter of fact, I'm gonna teleport you out of here. So he teleports out there, and they teleport them to New York. And they teleport to New York
she does the hammer that does the DNA scan.
The universal hammer, and she scans you like, you can't be Hulkling. Universal translator, who is this guy? And like, yeah, that's him. So then he teleports them out of there, and they go to New York, and they actually go to Hulkling's apartment. And they're like, what the hell is going on? And that's when Human Torch said, yeah, your boyfriend's about to blow up the sun. Can I use the phone? You know, the funny little part right there. While that's going on, I don't care about what Tony and Reed was doing, that kind of bullshit. I do care about this. Black Panther has Excelsior. And he's yelling Wakanda forever and just fucking up plant monsters just left and right, just like, laying waste to everybody.
Like Dune, like when they had the Muad'Dib, they yelled into those laser things and their voices made lasers and shit in Dune.
I watched the remake was in there. Well, that's going on, and Kotani just like, why the fuck haven't we conquered Wakanda yet? We got him outmanned, we got him outgunned, We still haven't beat him yet. And that's when Swordman was telling them, you underestimating Black Panther. He is a master strategist. That's why he has survived this long. And then while they're talking, they're like, hold up, somebody's here. Somebody's invisible, right? Boom, there. And it's invisible woman who was hiding She-Hulk, Thing, and Mantis, his mom. And his mom just ran to talk to him. She's like, look, this is not you. This is him doing this crazy shit. Come back to us. Let's talk about this. Because I know you're not evil. You're a good person deep down. And he was like, I might be. And that's when She-Hulk like, no, he's not. They're going to blow up the sun. The Kree and the Skrull are going to kill everybody. And you're all going to die. And they're like, She-Hulk, what are you doing? Are you like lawyering for them or something like that? She's like, oh, that's what you think. And it turns out She-Hulk actually attacks them with some kind of gamma blast, with like a gamma smack or some shit like that. Blast them all back. Like, what the hell are you doing, She-Hulk? And she was like, oh, I'm not She-Hulk. I've actually taken over She-Hulk's body. See, the thing is with the Katati, let me expand this a little bit. With the Katati, any dead bodies, they can infect those dead bodies and resurrect them from the dead. But when they do that, because they're all green and chlorophyll, they turn green. That's what happened with Swordsman. That's why Swordsman.
That's what they're doing with Swordsman, yeah.
That's what they did with Swordsman. So what they did with She-Hulk, they did the same thing with She-Hulk, but since she's already green, you can't tell that they already affected her. So basically what the Katatis already said, they killed She-Hulk. They killed her way back on the moon. And they just been riding around in her body like a parasite,
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he tells her like, "But Ben Graham, you'll be dead before you can realize what happened. We're gonna send you to meet her, and it punch the shit out of her. So now she's like some kind of zombie parasite She-Hulk thing, and that's when Katati, and that's when the Swordsman's like, yeah, we have a Hulk, and I'm trying to think what else happens at the end of the book, and that's when this is some bullshit right here. So now Wiccan is basically they saying, okay, Carol, yeah, you did your universal hammer and shit like that, and it said it wasn't it, but trust your instinct. Was that Hulk? No, it wasn't, because I know I can realize that Hulk because I know my husband when I recognize him. So apparently they got married off panel because that shit never happened.
Is this a flashback or something?
It's a flashback. Yeah,
okay.
They've already gotten married, which is some bullshit, Marvel. That is some bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Like, when did this happen?
It never happened. It's just a record. It just happened. Until then, they have never been displayed as being married. So this is some bullshit unless they are going somewhere with this, because it's another thing where they claim to be woke and they advertise the shit, but in the story, it's just like that. Yeah, we married. We got married.
Yeah.
But if it was anybody else, this would have been like a huge annual. Every superhero in the world would have been there. They would have got married on the beach of Wakanda and shit.
And what I thought was kind of stupid. I'm not trying to sound shitty now, because it's not stupid. But what I thought was like, this is the big cliffhanger that they got married. Like the two dudes got married. Like, dun 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 dun. The two guys are married, and like, to be continued. Like really? That's a big
weird way to end the story, right?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah. It did feel like they're fishing for woke points again.
Right? Virtue signaling, like we said, we keep saying it.
Yeah. And like we said, I don't care. Like, hey, I got a gay son. I don't give a shit about people's sexual orientations. But when you're doing this cheap shit and trying to gain woke points,
right? Because they're going to advertise all on ABC, Good Morning and USA Today. Look at us, we're woke, and then they do bullshit like this. Like, if you're going to do it, do it.
What's that X book with Scalp Hunter? They changed his name. They're not calling him Scalp Hunter no more. They're calling him whatever. Yeah, whatever. Sky Animal, Billy Sky Animal, whatever the Indian guy's name is. Yeah, they're trying. Oh, because of the Redskins name, they're trying to cash in on the Redskins controversy.
Right. Look at us. Yeah. We're doing it too.
Yeah. And I read that first issue. Dude's barely in it. And I guess Gomer said it's pretty cool. I guess it's Suicide Squad with mutants, but it's just like, if you really this is what you do. You're taking the native character and you're shoving him in some X book that barely anybody reads or gives a shit about.
So you can check a box.
Yeah, and just like they did with American Eagle and that Agents of Wakanda shit.
I've never heard of a character you said.
Yeah, or the Snowbird, that other native character. She was in Champions. Barely.
I think she was like an Alpha Flight something more like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this release Immortal She-Hulk. Yeah. Yeah, they are gonna make it Immortal She-Hulk. That is a thing. Yeah, that's a thing.
Cause she's gonna. Oh damn! Cause she's
John
gonna go.
Gray
That's
Crow.
a damn John Gay. I knew it was an animal.
And a color.
And a color or a sky or a weather pattern. You know, like sky wolf or you know, red eagle or red wolf or. But no, I just thought of that. That's right, because she's gonna go to hell because she's gonna go through the green door. Damn, I didn't even think about that.
And Ewing is writing this.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, damn. Okay.
You blew my mind. Okay.
Well, this book got
Games, that's why I'm glad you stayed up this late.
Extra points for that.
Yeah, we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. The dots are all connected.
Yeah.
Any more books you got?
No, I'm done, man. I'm done.
Okay. Since I'm still fucking up, I'm gonna let you sign us off. So.
Oh, so what do you say again? All right, if you listen to this long, definitely like, share, subscribe.
Help us keep the lights on.
Check us out on Facebook and Twitch and what do you got on YouTube? All that stuff.
You're on YouTube.
Yeah. Anyways, yes. Next week we'll be back with Agents of Leroy's going to talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
For the entire 2 hours.
For the entire episode, and I'll watch porn or something the whole time or something. So, anyways, thank y'all for listening. Shout out to Gabe and everybody else who was in the chat. Calling in. And thank y'all for listening. Check us out next week. Same bully time, same bully channel.
Young rich niggas. So we ain't really never had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money though.
If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Hey! Raindrop, drop top, smoking on cooking the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. Hey. I don't try nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get gang. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. My bitch is bad and boujee, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and boujee, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. All set. Woo. Records on records, got backers on backers. I'm riding around in a cool. I take your bitch right from you. Bitch, I'm a dog. Beat down her walls, loose. Hey. Hop in the fall. Woo. I tell that bitch to come for me. I swear these niggas is under me. Hey. The hate and the devil keep jumping me. Bank rolls on me, keep me company. Hey, we did the most. Yeah. Pull up and goes. Woo. Yeah, my diamonds a choker. Holding up, I with no holster. Read the ruler, diamond cooler. This a roller, not a mule. Hey. Dabbing on them like the usual. Damn. Magic with the brick do voodoo. Magic. Courtside with a bad bitch. Then I send the bitch through Uber. Go. I'm young and rich and plus I'm bougie. Hey. I'm not stupid, so I keep the Uzi. Records on records, got backers on backers, so my money making my back. You niggas got a low act rate. We from the north, yeah, that way. No. Fat cookie blunt in the ashtray. Two bitches just national smash day. Hop in the limb, have a drag race. I let them birds take a bath, babe. Raindrop, drop top, smoking on cooking the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. Hey. I don't try nobody, grip the trigger. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get gang. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. My bitch is bad and boujee, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and boujee, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too.
Pour 4, I'm dropping muddy out of space. Kid, cut, introduce me to your bitch's wifey, and we know she slutty. Broke a brick down, nutty, buddy. Now that nigga ducky. Don't move too fast, I might shoot you. Draco bad and bougie. I'm always hanging with shooters. Might be posted somewhere secluded. Still be playing with pots and pans. Call me Quavo Ratatouille. Run with that set, call me booby. When I'm on stage, show me boobies. Ice on my neck on the coolest. How about the suicide with the ooze? I pull up, I hop out with all of the drugs and the good luck. I'm cooking, I'm whipping into it. Rock up, let it lock up. I gave her 10 racks, I told her go shopping and spend it all at the pop-up. These bitches, they fucking so dick and they bustin' for Instagram. Get your clout up. Yeah, that way. Float on the track like a Segway. Yeah, that way. I used to trap by the subway. Yeah, that way. Young nigga trap with the AK. Yeah, that way. Big Dyco, get it dope, Macy. Great.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't try nobody, grip the trick. Nobody call up the gang and they come and get gang. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. My bitch is bad and boujee, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and boujee, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too.
Yeah. She back to the bone. Ay, wait. These niggas watching, I swear to God, they be my clones. Yeah, hey, switching my hoes like my flows. Switching my flows like my clothes. Keep on shooting that gun, no reload. Ooh, now she won't fuck with my crew. Cause the money come all out the roof. Drive a Rari, that bitch got no roof. Wait, what kind of Rari? 458. All of these niggas, they hate. Try to hide you through the gate. Look, go to strip club, make it rain. Yeah, so much money, they use rakes. Count 100,000 in your face. Yeah, then put 300 right in a safe. Met her today. Yeah, she talked to me like she knew me. Yeah, go to sleep in a jacuzzi. Yeah, waking up right to a 2-piece. Yeah, counting that paper like loose leaf. Yeah, getting that chicken with blue cheese. Yeah, boy, you so fit like my collar. You snake and I swear to God that be that Gucci. And you know we winning. Yeah, we is not losing. Try play your song, it ain't move me. Saw your girl once, now she choosing. Yeah.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't try nobody, grip the trigger. Call up the gang and they come and get gang. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. It's bad and boujee, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and boujee, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too.